So, last time on the Imperial Mandate, the different group of your three different armies continued their march towards the capital of Himrel. Currently, each one of you has gone through two phases of the three fights that you have been slated to fight, and you only have one more engagement before you are able to finally break through the defenses and finally get to the capital itself. Starting from the top, Aldwin.
Alrighty.
It has been some time since the second defeat of Imuyueg. Has your army continued to march, or are they still camped?
I did say that the army would camp for 3 days to heal and let the baggage train catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's been more than a week, then yeah, they'll be on the march now.
Right. Grant was able to catch up with you after the three-day camp there, and you continued your march forward. The air amongst the war camp seems resolute. They have come to terms with what, after the last battle, they've come to terms with what it is they must do and what it is they'll have to do against their own countrymen by this point.
I imagine morale is kind of lowered now.
No, it's not as bad as it was when the Twin Dragonites first died. Thankfully, they're back to normal.
Though there's certainly no merry marching songs being sung, I imagine.
A few, some people who had no connection to those that died are still singing as they are.
Alright.
However, as was assumed would happen, as assumed that would happen, scouts eventually bring word of an advancing army coming towards your location.
Alrighty.
And no, there's no doubt in your mind. By this point, it's probably easy to guess who the commanders of this army are, considering that there's only two generals left on this front.
Indeed. It'd be Leonardo and Steele at this point.
So, what will the two of you do to prepare for the upcoming engagement?
How is everything good morale-wise?
Yep.
Does this go for you two as well, Aldwin?
As I said in the message after I left, more or less. Well, when you look at Aldwin, it looks like he's been look at him and listen to him. His voice is hoarse, and his eyes are a puffy red. So he's not in the best of. He's not in a good mood, and he doesn't look forward to what's to come.
Are you in capable shape to fight?
Yes.
Alright. Then I feel there's nothing we can do for preparing except for just continuously going on our attack.
So, we do know Steele is heavy infantry, and Leonardo would bring his air units to bear. So, part of me opts for try to find a defensive place to force them to come to us again. Though they might expect it, since last time it was a turtling action.
Don't know if that's a good idea, Zon says. We are on a time limit here.
Yes. We have to go and just hit them full on while they're running away. They've been running away twice. They're not as strong.
No, but if Steel has his cards squared away, he might act on the defensive at some point. Or find a critical location to defend from. Something that'll give us flack, regardless of how we cut it. Though now I'm just being difficult at this point. So...
We shall be fine, as we have been fine beforehand. And if not, then we end up being on the defensive.
Alright then. Then we'll keep moving then.
So, as expected, eventually, you do come to meet the enemy upon the field of battle. The enemy has taken up a defensive formation along the river, basically blocking your approach southward. Heavy infantry has indeed been put in the front, mainly phalanxes of spearmen and pikemen to keep your cavalry and infantry at bay. The Wyvern Knights on their side appear to be just waiting at the moment.
Alrighty.
As you all prepare for the battlefield, a storm starts to brew above you.
Ah, great.
Have we any sight of the enemy?
Yep. You can see them clear as day. As I said before, they've taken up a defensive formation, and they're just waiting on you currently.
I would like to make a call out.
Alright.
As in, a quick arrangement meeting of the officers in the center of battle. No armies, no tricks, just them and us in the center.
Roll persuasion.
I am in Foundry after all, yes.
Yep, I need to do that.
Right. The parlay appears to be accepted as Leonardo and Steele ride out under a white banner.
We will ride out under... Well, I will ride out under a white banner. I'm not sure which Aldwin and or Zariel will do.
Zon will come along.
Zarniel, excuse me.
Alden will come and have his armor off as an additional show of peace.
Hmm.
Ooh, look at you. Nice, nice.
So you meet upon the middle of the battlefield as rain is pouring down around you. Steel and Leonardo both appear to be in full armor, with Leonardo with a hood over his head, cloaking his eyes from the sun, from what field light is above, while Steel wears a helmet hiding, wears a complete armored helmet.
Hmm. Alrighty.
Well,
Steel will dismount from his horse. However, Leonardo will stay on his wyvern as he simply watches as he mainly stays behind Steel.
we'll get off whatever mount I was on.
I assume horse.
Approach Steel with a hand to shake.
He will look down at your hand before shaking it firmly.
Thank you for accepting the parley.
Well,
It is. Well, yeah, you go say.
he was gonna say, glad to see I was not met with a hail of arrows, and siege equipment.
Oh, please, I like to play fair. Speaking of playing fairly, you are aware of your current situation, yes?
Very aware.
You love your man dearly,
My men, they are meant to serve, though keeping as many of them alive would be beneficial.
Go over at Leonardo. Hear the Leonardo opinion.
He has a blank stare on his face. And he simply shrugs.
Do you value Leonardo? Do you two value each other?
No, they both say, just straight at this plainly.
Well, there goes my writing thing out the window. I would like to propose a cleaner cut way of doing this.
What would that be?
Instead of risking more and more, countless hundreds of lives here, we can settle this in a duel, a bout of wits between one leader and another.
Seems a bit favored towards your side. You hear Leonardo say in the back, as he rings one of his gloves.
Oh, did you think it was each leader versus each other? No, it is one versus one, with unconditional surrender to him.
Point still stands, he says before he sits back. It's not my choice to make. You see Steel seems to be mulling it over. And who would get to choose this duel?
Each one of us will. We'll all collectively vote on it.
He looks back at Leonardo. Who simply stares back and then sighs. Considering the strategy, considering what we were planning on doing, perhaps this is the better option. You hear Leonardo mutter for a moment where he says, "Fine." Steel looks forward. Very well.
Alden will just simply nod, standing off
I
to the side.
propose fight between those who love each country the most. Two brave symbols of our great nations. Aldwin and Leonardo.
Alden will be giving Searson death glares in the back of her head.
Leonardo will simply say, Leonardo will simply say, until one yields or dies. seems to be
until one yields or
he
dies.
seems to be slightly cold when he says that.
I'm very emotionless this whole time.
We'll try to keep an even face about him, but his hairy eyeballs at the back of Searson's head, which is may or may not be burning a hole into her feathers, says otherwise.
Now dismounts from his wyvern as he steps forward.
Oldham will get off of his horse.
And what will be the terms of our duel and engagement?
The only way two Jade Knights truly could contest each other, a battle of marksmanship. He says, where we can strike the other down, or force them to yield with their archery is the victor.
And the victor.
And
if they are if we are victorious, your armies will be putting down their swords. Likewise for us.
Our army will indeed surrender.
And we will keep to our word as well.
Mm-hmm.
As bound by elvish law.
And afterwards we can determine how prisoners of war and whatnot will be handled.
And I will look both at Zern and Aldwin for their approval.
Zarn nods as he seems to be staring. Zarn seems to be nodding, though he seems to be staring past the two commanders to their army. You can see his eyes kind of like just think. You can see that he's kind of thinking in his head.
Alden will just simply give a nod. An agreement.
Very well. Do you agree to these terms?
Both of them nod.
We'll shake on it to confirm the deal.
Steel will reach forward and shake your hand. Leonardo just stares at Aldwin the entire time.
I believe our duel should reconvene in 2 hours' time. Both individuals will be given 2 hours to prepare, and we should probably tell our armies of this arrangement.
Very well.
Both armies will stand down for the time being.
Steel nods. That sounds like a good idea to me, he says as he begins to walk back towards his horse. Leonardo stares a little long before walking over to his wyvern.
I'm glad you find such care in your men. It's very honorable.
Steel nods before turning his horse around and begins walking back to camp. And Leonardo just says, "There is no honor in war." He simply says before his wyvern flaps his wings and ascends into the sky.
I'm sure he'll learn otherwise. Come now, we have an army to go and inform. I'll get back on my horse.
As you guys head back to camp, many of the men are happy to hear that they won't be fighting. When Grayo kind of seems slightly kind of like Grayo tries to prod you into letting him be the one to duel Leonardo, but I assume that you're not going to let him, correct?
When it goes on for like the first 30 minutes, Aldwin would just more or less do the equivalent of a snap at him,
mm-hmm.
and tell him that he's gonna do it himself. Is probably the worst of his mental state showing off to everyone within both earshot and eye shot of him.
Wait, what is he saying?
He,
Yeah, sorry, go on.
oh, what Alduin says exactly?
No, I'm sorry. I blanked out there for a moment. I just wanted you to repeat that. Sorry.
More or less, when the discussion drags on for more than like a few minutes and extends into like half an hour,
Mm-hmm.
Alduin will effectively snap at Grayo. More in short form, more or less showing his fucking ass to everyone, and just how both unhappy he is about the situation and the like.
Well, we'll leave the topic to lie in that case.
And then Alden will try to just seclude himself for the rest of the time till the duel.
If it's okay with you, Alden, I would like to talk.
You can follow him to his war tent as you see him just basically drive out all of his commanders and captains out of it.
Alden,
What?
you do understand why I made the decision I did?
Because I'm the one that will try to find the third option in the situation and might find the thing that lets us everyone walk away still standing. Or am I completely missing the mark on that?
You'd be the most likely person to change Leonardo. You'd be the only person I know that Leonardo has any sort of care or empathy towards. And you are a strong individual. And strong individuals are only made strong through adversity, through a challenge. I just simply put forth the challenge.
He'll just nod.
I know you are more than capable of saving him. And saving everyone here. Is that not what you wanted?
At this point, yes.
Save them. And I'll leave.
Hey, Searson.
Oh.
Alden will try to say as he Searson leaves.
Slowly turn back around.
Thank you for going for this option. Part of me thinks it's crazy, but another part of me also says that this is probably the best route for everyone to begin with.
I wouldn't be a good strategist if I didn't know how to strategize.
He'll just smile and give a wary smile and chuckle a little bit.
You'll get a slight smile back from Searson.
Alrighty. Then Alden will spend the rest of his time preparing for the duel.
2 hours pass, and eventually the time for the duel does arrive. And
Do we get any tense music? Like a tense sound?
find something, I guess.
Alright. Let's keep it quiet for now. You said it was raining, right?
Yep. Ald, when you come back out, do you ride or do you walk?
He'll walk, and he's not going to dress up in any sort of regalia. He's going to be wearing the clothes he had on at the very start of this whole thing. So.
Lotto comes out walking as well, not riding his wyvern. He's wearing garb that, while symbolizing that does remind you of the armor he used to wear back when he was part of Leowyn.
It's clearly different, isn't it?
Indeed. He looks up. He looks up. He looks up at the sky. And think of a better backdrop.
Personally, would have preferred this forest. All I want to say is he will look around at the area.
Well, the worst places to die.
Or to talk with your friend.
He nods and then looks back down at you.
I'm proud of you.
Despite betraying your homeland.
Yes.
Do you know why I did it?
I can take guesses. But probably the leading one would be to have a chance at a normal life where you didn't start out on the streets amongst the beggars.
No,
And yeah,
I don't do this for me.
you do it for your lover.
Love is the death of duty. I would rather forsake my vows, forsake him.
I do the exact same thing for Corey.
Now why? And you know that I had no hard feelings about anything that happens here today.
I know. But can I throw out something to you?
What would that be?
Right now, Tate and Whitney are currently on the march to where Deirdre would be. Those two I would say with certainty they will not go for the sword first. They'll do something like this. They'll want to talk to him. maybe not necessarily talk him off the ledge like right now. Well, I'll probably say with certainty. I say with certainty that when they're able to talk to him, and more than likely, just get him to listen. And maybe even come with them. I'll do my absolute damnedest to make sure that he gets pardoned for all the actions he has done. Same with you. Same with every other soldier. You'll make a general motion back towards Leonardo's army.
Won't pardon steal.
Why is that?
Because he's a mercenary cutthroat who cares little for anything besides getting what he wants. He left the camp an hour ago to retreat back to Imuyueg. He already know. He guessed how this would go.
And what's the assumption from the excellent tactical mind that is Steele?
He knows that. Well, he thinks that I will die here. And he might very well be right. You see Leonardo kind of like pull his head down. But nothing is ever certain. I have something that he doesn't. Something worth fighting for.
Alden will simply nod.
Master.
You know you don't need to call anyone that.
That doesn't change what I have to say. Thank you for everything. Aldwin rolled ahead.
He draws his own blade. He draws his arrow.
Yep. You see him go immediately for a quiver that was lashed behind his back on his waist, slanted sideways. You see him pull out the arrow, and he's going for his bow.
Aldwin will go to just simply shoot the arrow out of his shoot to break the arrow.
Roll to hit.
I pull up the sheet. I get there. I apologize.
Alright, so you beat him by 1. And for a moment's hesitation, you are unable to truly be able to take aim at your former student, but something pushes you to do so. And at the last moment, you were able to draw and launch your arrow faster than he is. Well, he is able to fire his off as well, and both of your arrows meet in the middle, both shattering as they hit each other. Leonardo throws off his cloak. Readies another arrow.
Alden will be acting defensively right now.
Alright.
Did you just roll?
Yeah, he rolled a 25. You can either try and beat his with an arrow of your own, or
He'll try to shoot it out of the air again.
alright. Unfortunately, this time you were too slow on the draw, and his arrow grazes past your shoulder as you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Alden won't cover the wound. He'll just keep moving.
Right. What do you choose to do?
Okay. Alden will just say this. What if I told you I'd be willing to... This is one of the times I'm willing to step down from lordship and go back to the road of being a knight errant.
Why?
Because as much as lordship and being landed lets a hot meal to be made and a warm bed to be had, with very little risk for us waking up or us not waking up the next morning due to hypothermia. I miss having the bond that I had with you and Grayo. The brotherly, the familial, and the fatherly bond that I felt with you.
Moment you see him hesitate, but then his eyes off from him, but then they steal up again. There's no going back to what was before. Besides, to be a lord, to be a general, it is done to help others, to help those that cannot help themselves. There is no reason to forsake that path, no matter what hardships may come. And you see him pull out another arrow as he gets ready to launch it.
And guess what? You know the days I felt like I really helped people? I actually made a difference in the world? It's not being the Lord of Leowyn and being the executive chief of whatever local matter is being held. Being the one with the quill and just simply writing something in the law and just saying, "Oh, I did something." No, it was the days when a bandit group was terrorizing a little hamlet, and we dragged the bandits in chains to the sheriff and oversee the executions, oversee law and justice being carried out, and and having peace be brought back to people's lives.
Stopped you from doing that before. You just chose not to, and that with that he's gonna launch his arrow.
Alden will pop off. One defensively again.
Alright. With a nat one, that will fail to stop his arrow. However, because he will lower than your AC, I believe his arrow still misses. You, Searson, Tate, Whitney, all of you, nothing stops you from being adventurers who happen to rule over a kingdom. You chose to sit in your keeps, chose to rule from there instead of go out into the world itself and see what you could do for your people. He readies another arrow. The only difference being is that you didn't have the will to do it. And he's gonna launch another arrow.
Alrighty. Yet again, he'll be acting defensively.
So let's see. 26. Alright, your arrow breaks his midair, and you see that he grabs an arrow from his quiver.
Yes, nothing is stopping me now from stepping away from the throne of lordship and going back to adventuring. Nothing is stopping me from stepping away from the desk, or rather the station, of being the Grand Master to the Jade Knights. There is nothing stopping that. There is nothing. Though, Alden will kind of stop at a hitch, but then shake his head. But from atop my little throne in the castle Leowyn, I am trying to train the next group of adventurers, the next group of knights.
You do what you do best. He says, as instead of pulling another arrow, you see him pull out this vial as he uncorks it. Teach by doing.
He will, Alden will let loose an arrow to strike that vial out of his hand.
Hold a hit.
And as he'll let loose, and he'll say, "And not without you."
Okay, so with a nat 20, you shatter the vial in his hand. As the liquid seems to splash on his hand, splash all over him, and you see him curse for a moment, and he says, and you see this look of frustration on his face for a moment. Before he looks down at what's left on his hand, you see him bring it up, unlick it, and for a brief moment his eyes flash red. Then you'll have to do better than that. And you can sense this abyssal energy consuming him. As this whiff of abyssal brimstone goes through your nostrils, you realize that was a vial of Atan's blood. And once again, he's going to take another arrow and launch it at you as you see him glow red.
Alright then.
That's not one, so that will not hit you.
Alden won't let loose an arrow. He'll just see him. Leonardo will just see him just step off to the side. Letting the arrow fly straight by him.
This one, however, will hit you if you don't do anything.
No, alrighty. Like, even if he dodges.
Well, no, it's an 18, so it's through your AC, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then Alden's gonna. Alden will strike the arrow down again.
Alright. That's okay. So that means the 2 arrows proceed. So I think, yeah. So both of your arrows smash into each other, shattering once again. And that's when Leonardo is going to cast. So you see him take out an arrow. Instead of launching it, he proceeds to throw it straight at you as he's going to cast Conjure Barrage. I'm going to need you to roll me a dex save.
Oh, great.
With a 15, that will succeed. And you will take 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Huh. Alden will try to shake it off. What? Okay, how can I? Okay. What? I'm sorry for taking so long here. Alden will shout, why the blood?
It was always the plan. Me and my men, downing Aton's blood, doing whatever it took to stop him from getting to the capital. The plan was the same. Is the same for Deirdre. Steele, Evelyn, they get to walk away. But us, we don't. Because all we are in the end. He's gonna launch another arrow at you.
Alden will go to strike that down again.
A natural 20.
Okay, a natural 20 is what I'm gonna have to beat. Alright.
This one, however, due to the nat 1, his arrow breaks through yours, and this time it will hit, and this time it nails you straight in the shoulder as you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Alright, that's 18. No. 22 total then.
If you
so far.
don't fight me, you will lose it all. We'll kill you here. Everything you ever loved, everything you worked for will be gone. He says he knocks another arrow. You might never see her again. You might never know what it was like to know her again. Don't fight me. Spora will take everything that you have ever worked for. Everything you love. Everyone you love. If you don't stop me.
And yet you seek to parade over your life so that when the demons do come, there'll be even a greater slaughter.
I finally learned the truth, Aldwin. I learned why I'm no knight. Not just for my willingness to forsake my duty, but in the end, he knocks an arrow. I don't care about them. I don't care about the innocent. I just care about him. And I will do anything for him. He's gonna launch another arrow.
Alden will strike it, try to go to strike it down again.
This is a 12, so this one could miss if you choose to dodge it instead.
He'll dodge it.
Because in the end, nothing that I have, nothing that I am, nothing that I will ever be will matter without him. For that, you see him shake for a moment. I am willing to trade everything I am for him. Because that is what it means. And you see tears falling down his face. That is what it means to be a true knight. So fight me, Aldwin, like a true knight would, and kill me, or I will kill you.
But the thing is, any lesser knight would strike you down immediately. Any lesser knight would immediately call upon a hail of arrows and a hail of javelins to be rained upon you in this moment. Aldwin will make a gesture back to the army. They sit and lie in camp, waiting for this to be resolved. You are a truer knight than I am, and will ever will be.
Roll persuasion. Okay. You see his hand shaking as he tears out another arrow. You see his breath start to billow out fire and brimstone as he looks up. His eyes flickering between the red of demon blood and blue of his natural eye color. And he will take out one more arrow, and you see his entire body glow red as he pulls back the arrow even harder than you've ever seen him do before.
Oh. This Walden will do. Well, Naruto will see. Naruto will certainly see this, but anyone who's watching this will see Aldwin throw his moonbow off to the side. And he'll have his arms wide. making sure his chest is as wide as a bullseye. You are the greatest knight that I know. And that's what I wanted. You have traded crown and country for what you believe in and what you love. You have forsaken all of your duties, all of your birthrights, and all sorts of any sort of earthly inheritance, material inheritance, so you can protect what you love and care for. Instead of running from the fight, instead of running from what frankly might as well have been an uneven fight, an uneven duel, he'll point to him, have stepped upon this field to face your opponent, regardless of the outcome that may come of it. Anyone lesser than you would have, like steel, turned and ran. Choose to fight another day. Do a tactical retreat, as some would say. A less than chivalrous act for more chivalry in a later day.
Oh, mother damn you! You hear him scream as he lets loose the arrow. And he rolled not one! So, the arrow flies wide of you as his bow shatters into pieces. And his arrow breaks before it can even get close to you. And he falls to his knees, his hand mangled from the shattering of his bow. And then he just screams out, as loudly as he can, making the ground shake. I yield! I yield.
Alden will run over to him, and he'll have tears streaming down his own face. And he'll just embrace him in a hug.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey. Alden won't cry as well.
After Leonardo yields, his army also throws down their weapons in turn.
Alden will when Leonardo's ready to get up, Alden will get up with him.
Save him. Just save him.
Deirdre?
Yes. Send a missive to ready to Terrence if you can.
Oh, I'll do you one better. I can't remember if we have a powerful enough spellcaster. But if there's any sort of teleportation magic, I'll do you one better. If we can. Do you feel like going to meet Deirdre?
He nods frantically. And as you ask him, and as you say that to him, it gets colder for a brief moment as, from your shadow, Nerul steps forward.
Some tells you've been there the whole time.
Only when I knew what. Only after the outcome was decided.
I don't think you need an order for this. Do you?
No, I don't. He says. He looks at Leonardo. Get him there as fast as I can.
Alden will look at him. Leonardo.
It's to you.
I am proud of you.
He nods. See Nerul gesture, and shadows consume Leonardo. I'll make sure that he gets to where he needs to go. We'll reconvene in the capital. And Aldwin?
Yes.
The lesser man would have broke and killed him. Of every single soul I have judged, and of every single soul that has died, and ever will die. You're the only one that could stand a test like this. No matter what, Leowyn will remember you for who you were, not for what you did. Never forget that. And I will nod at you and then disappear as well.
Yo, can we get one up for Perry?
Man. As Nerul disappears, Alden will just will literally crumple over and faint.
Feel someone grab you as you're falling, and he says, "Got you." And you can recognize that it's Grayo. Always got you.
Well, I wanted to pick him up, but here we are.
Alden will just simply have the biggest. Will just have as he faints, he'll just have the biggest smile he can muster.
I will slightly kind of say Susan also helped as well, but Grayo did speak.
And with that, I'm going to go use the restroom and get some water.
I'm going to switch now. So
Bloody hell!
Hey, Terrence, you two are up.
Have fun!
Oh boy.
Okay.
So is Roxy not joining us today?
I just tagged her to see if she'll pop in, because, I don't know. I have no idea.
She's online. She was talking to Titmouse before this game started.
She's playing Inscription, so that might be why.
Playing Inscriptions?
It's a game. Anyway. Alright, what was the music you chose, Norm?
Me?
Yeah, was it all... What color did we choose for you last time? Was it Altered Blue or Warm Red? Or something else?
I think it was blue.
Okay. Altered or deep?
Did we?
Deep.
Okay. What were you gonna ask, Cookie?
I was gonna ask, did we level up? I haven't really been here.
Nope. We're still level 13 currently.
Oh,
No.
12. Okay.
Okay. I'm about to say, I think your sheet on Foundry is up to date.
All right, found you. Okay.
Let me just double check to make sure on that. Yeah, it is.
Cookie, I'm scared.
Why?
Because I know who you're going to fight.
Oh, who am
And
I
let
gonna
me just
fight?
say, I don't like that person. I'm not going to lie.
Who am I fighting?
Evelyn.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Evelyn.
Who's that?
Evelyn.
You'll find out. Anyway. So,
I haven't been here for like a couple of sessions. Okay,
It's
it's been
okay.
a while.
Evelyn only appeared like kind of briefly once.
twice. But yeah.
It was when we met Sparrow the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for reference, Tate, just to catch you up to speed, your side has already won 2 battles so far. You were currently en route to the capital. The first battle was when you split off from the Sixth Empire, and with your dragons, you took down a fort, took down fortifications at the town of Widwill. Yeah. However, that was when you ran into a human who had displayed the ability to use shadows to teleport people, and he had teleported an army in and almost had trapped Rag inside of a burning castle. However, you were able to save him.
Okay.
The next fight was against...
They were really dumb and set their own castle on fire.
Yeah. The next fight was against a group of undead, as well as a human army led by a man and by a red knight. However, you were once again able to beat back these enemies, and you continue your march eastward towards the capital of Imuyueg. However, as you guys get closer, that is when your scouts bring word that there is an approaching army heading towards you. And the scouts report that this army is being led by Evelyn and Deirdre.
Okay.
So, Terrence, Tate, how would you two like to prepare for the battle?
Bro, I have no
Wait,
idea.
1 second. I thought you were describing the battle we had last session. Could you say the situation again?
The battle you had last session or the battle you're about to walk into?
The one we're about to walk into.
So, you know that Evelyn and Deirdre are leading this fight. You'll be fighting on mainly flat land from what it appears, no hills or anything to go off of. Cookie, if you check in the actors directory, the 3-person symbol, there's gonna be a folder that says Hinoki and Warfare units. One of those folders will be filled with units that your side can use.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You only have to control 5 units at best if you want.
Okay.
It's just you just have to roll when I ask, basically. Just roll stats when I ask, basically. That's all it is.
Yeah, I was about to say, I haven't been here in a while, and I forgot what we were doing, and then I'm off to another battle that I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here either. Okay, I am not in IM mode, so you're gonna have to help me out.
Yeah. Alright. So
Don't worry, it's gonna be fun.
So
All right.
the main premise here is that you just want to beat back the enemy with as many good rolls as you can. Usually this takes the form. Usually I'm going to ask for you to use basically on these unit cards. There's these specific stats. The only 2 you really have to pay attention to. The only 3 you really have to pay attention to are attack, defense, and power.
All right.
Attack and power are basically going to be your rolls. Attack is your attack roll. Power is your basically to see if you actually damage them. Currently, quick question. Well, you can open up any unit card that you're interested in. But I just wanted to know. But just to let you know, if any of the numbers are red, like under the attack, defense, power, whatever bar, then you click the gearbox, or black rather. You click the gearbox up on the top right to turn them back to white, so that way you can actually roll with them. Or you can just roll with D20 with whatever stat number.
Okay. Okay, so what am I doing then?
Okay, so, let me ask this. How does Tate react to hearing that Deirdre is leading the army that is coming towards him? Let me start with that.
That's the guy who I had to get rid of, right? Or I was investigating that one time.
Yep, he's also the one. He's also the one that. Yep, he served as a captain underneath you in the guard, and you know that for all intents and purposes, Winnie kind of considered Winnie or Roxy, which would count better. Just basically sees him for all intents and purposes as her son.
Okay. Well, that's probably not good. Right? He's a bad guy, yes.
Yeah, currently he might as well be considered an enemy right now.
Okay, yeah, that's not good.
However, do you think that you'll try and kill him since he's an enemy combatant? Or would you rather try and talk him down?
I mean, besides that one thing he did, which was kind of bad, like killing someone. Killing someone is bad, but like, he hasn't really done anything else bad besides that. I mean, I don't know. Probably not.
You'll probably try and talk to him instead.
Yeah, I guess.
Second emotional scene of the session. Great!
Roll me persuasion to see if he agrees to a parlay.
Okay, wait. Who was Perry talking to? I thought he was talking to Deirdre.
No, Aldrin was talking to Lenato.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Though the actions of the Lenato fight might have ramifications over here as well, so.
Okay. Alright, so what am I rolling?
Roll me persuasion. Tate's persuasion.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. With a 16, he is willing to hear out what you have to say. Terrence, do you come with? During this parlay?
What's a parlay?
Basically a meeting between the two sides. The final meeting between two sides before they have a bout, basically before it comes to blows. Sometimes it can be negotiating or considering different ways to to deal with the animosities.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So the two of you ride out, and you were met basically in the center between the two armies by Evelyn and Deirdre. Deirdre appears to be wearing full plate armor, meanwhile Evelyn appears to not be wearing any armor at all. Seems to be just wearing normal garb.
Who isn't wearing armor?
Evelyn.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I'm glad to see that you're willing to speak in good terms at the very least. Evelyn says as you all basically approach.
We are glad you are as well.
Well, technically, I'm only here to talk to Deirdre, not you.
I see. This isn't a chance to try and end tensions before our armies have to kill each other. Shrugs. Very well. Deirdre then looks at you, Tate, and says, "What exactly is there to talk about?"
Well, you've clearly been busy ever since I suspended him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've clearly been busy since I suspended you a while ago.
Indeed. I chose the side that I wanted to be on.
But why? We treated you well, Deirdre.
It wasn't because of how you treated me, it's just because of what they wished to do. After everything that's happened, I'd rather have a chance to wipe away the mistakes of the past than to live with what I currently live with.
So you agree what you did was a mistake?
That, and also my friends dying that day.
Listen, I know you've been through some tough shit. I understand, so have I. But this is not the way to do it, Deirdre.
He tightens his fists slightly for a moment as he looks away for a moment. He says, Do you ever close your eyes to sleep, and for a brief moment you see the faces of your friends dead, with you being the only living thing left in the middle of them?
Not exactly. But I have killed people too. People who weren't so bad in the past. And I had to live with that.
Even looks at you. Difference being, Tate. Live with it.
Yeah, you're not as strong as a person that I thought you were.
Hey,
You were in my guard for a reason. But instead, you decide to go on this path. The path of the not so righteousness. And that's not what I want, especially in a person like you.
he smiles sadly. Well, I've come to realize something, Tate. I was never strong. I was never a good person. I just deluded myself into thinking that. But maybe if Spiro rewrites everything, maybe if he fixes all of this, he motions to the greater world around you. Maybe I can be.
Well, let me ask you this. If you do win, and everything is reset, and the same thing happens again, what will you do about it?
Well, despite all my hopes, Spiro fails to give me the happy ending that I desire. I suppose I'll never know what I had before, so I'll have to deal with it. Hopefully that version of me is strong enough to actually do so. And if it's not, hopefully at least the end is quick.
You were smart, Deirdre. I've had my faith in you ever since you were in my guard. But now, you're just making stupid decisions.
Maybe I am. That's my choice, isn't it?
It is your choice. And while I don't agree with it, I don't want to have to kill you either.
Same to you.
You don't have to do this.
Neither do you.
And then I just walk away.
You know, if you're so keen to not have to kill each other, there is another way we could settle this.
I stop and look back at her. What do you mean?
A duel. 2-on-2. Or 3-on-2 if you wish to bring your wife into this.
I'd rather not.
You and Terrence versus me, Deirdre. Whoever yields will have their army surrender.
You mean whoever kills each other?
No, I do indeed mean yield. I don't intend to. No, even if I die, I will return. But neither of us have to. None of us have to die here today. If each of us are willing to accept our defeat if necessary.
Will you accept your defeat, Evelyn?
If you do indeed strike me down, then my army will indeed surrender. Or if I yield. Either or. I'm not afraid.
I don't know if I can just trust your word on that.
Then on Sparrow's life. My army will yield if you beat us. Trust
What do
me.
you think, Terrence? Sorry.
You're good.
What do you think?
Okay, 1 second. Out of context here. Not context, out of character. Do I know who Evelyn is?
Evelyn appears to be this elf woman who you think is, who at this point you're pretty sure is a revenant who's basically Sparrow's right-hand woman. She's been with him every step of the way.
What's a revenant?
Basically undead that's bound to the world until they complete a task, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, do you really think we can bet everything in this?
Why not? My intel seems to gather Leonardo and Aldwin appear to be doing the same thing. You see Deirdre twitch for a moment before he assumes his stalwart stance.
Well, I am not Aldwin. But that was not going to you. It was going to Tate.
Oh, you were asking me?
Yes.
I forgot what you said. What did you say? Sorry.
Do you really think we can bet it all on this?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but if it saves lives, then I'm willing to do it.
You're right. I'm in.
Alright. Well, we'll do your duel.
Splendid.
One condition.
And what would that
One
be?
condition. I'm taking Deirdre with me. If you lose.
For a brief moment, Evelyn gives a sincere smile. You're but the hero they say you are.
I try.
Deirdre? Sure. Well then. Evelyn walks out and holds out her hand. You have a deal then?
Yeah, I'll shake her hand.
Alright then. Shall we start now, or shall we give each other time to prepare?
Do we need to prepare? I mean,
Do you wish to prepare?
man, it's been a while since I played Tate. I need to remember everything that he does.
Okay. So maybe an hour or two to prepare then?
Unless, Norm,
I think we
do you
should
need
go
to
now.
prepare? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll just wing it. Why not? If we lose, oh well.
Turns, whispers to Tate like she's not wearing armor.
He's a mage though, right? Like out of character?
Oh,
I'm assuming.
you have never actually seen her fight, actually. I will say that much. I won't say that. I won't say no.
She got some weird shit to her. I know it.
You're right. 1 second. Can we like do a perception check on her or something?
Go ahead. Perception, insight, or investigation, whichever one you guys want to use. And I will actually, in this case, I will let you use whatever stat you want to use for those rolls. Just tell
Ever
me.
stat.
Yeah. So like you
Where
want.
are the rolls again?
So you can either do insight, investigation, or perception. Whichever stat you use will let you know something about her. So if you use strength, I'll tell you about how strong she is. Dexterity, yada, so on and so forth.
I'll do insight.
Okay. Okay. 19 insight. All right. Norm, what would you like to use?
I'm gonna do perception.
So is that your? So are you using wisdom for your perception?
I don't know. I just did whatever the thing did.
Okay. So let me just double check this. So Tate, what stat did you use?
I use wisdom. Could I use another?
Yeah, you could have used strength or what any other stat you wanted to.
Oh, I thought you meant we could have just picked one out of the three
No, I'm
and
sorry. I should
rolled that way.
have specified. Sorry, but I can just take your normal roll and just add your strength modifier instead.
Well, it's fine. I got like a 19, so I'm okay.
Okay. I will say that. So Tate, you're trying to figure out how strong she is, right?
Yeah.
So you look her up and down, and despite her appearance, you can tell that she can match you strength-wise.
Of course.
Despite her appearance, let me just remind you guys of what Evelyn looks like. But despite her appearance, she definitely looks like she can hold herself in a battle. And Norm, what's that? Do you want to use your wisdom, or do you want to use something else?
Sure. Let's go with wisdom.
Okay, so with your wisdom, Terrence, you were able to figure out that she does have a keen cunning to her. However, judging by the way she holds herself and the way she acts, you would say that she has more of a silver tongue more than anything else. Maybe, and
More of a what?
more of a silver tongue to her. And as you're kind of like studying her, for a brief moment, due to the fact that you're a spellcaster, you catch a whiff on the air of magic.
Yeah, obviously.
But it's from her. However, it's an energy it's a type of energy that's similar to the one that a loom has. Suggesting that she could be some type of paladin, maybe?
Interesting.
Oh, a paladin. Don't know if I like that.
Paladin. You see her snap her fingers from, and you see her so adorn this cloak that looks very similar to Sparrow's cloak.
Oh.
Reference his cloak looks like. However, she has no hood for hers. And she summons a great sword, holding it in one hand. And as Deirdre pulls out his own sword. Shall we begin?
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
All right. I will do this in a roundabout fashion, so I will let you guys go first, and then I will go, and then we'll switch back and forth. All right.
Okay.
So, Tate, Terrence, you two are up. What would you two like to do?
Norm, you want to go first, or should I?
You should.
Okay. Um, can I do another like free insight check to see if she's like vulnerable to anything?
Go ahead.
I
You kind of like look at her for a moment, and since she's a revenant, she would have been weak to radiant. However, you think that thanks to Sparrow's influence, that might not be the case anymore. However, you are welcome to try it if you want.
Okay. Um.
Definitely avoid poison, though.
Okay.
Definitely what?
Avoid poison.
Alright, because she's undead.
Okay. You know what? I'll try. You know what? I'll try with the Sunblade and see what happens, just so I get an idea later on.
Roll to hit. A 15.
It does not hit. I know it does.
Yeah. I had a full stat block. You see as she grips her greatsword with both hands, and she reaches and she turns the blade, and she blocks your weapon, and she looks at you, and she glances at it for a brief moment before looking up at you. Interesting. Where did you get your hands on that? You have a second attack. Would you like to attack again?
Yeah. Before I attack and say, I say I'm not telling you. Of course. What the fuck, Tate? Come on now.
She blocks again.
You're killing me.
You swing again. She blocks it. However, this time she slightly slides back. Very well. Find out from you next time.
And then I do shield as a reaction.
Alright. Terrence, what would you like to do?
Okay, can I try a spell?
Alright, what would you like to cast?
I'd like to cast Ego Whip on her.
Okay. Alright, would you mind casting it for me, please?
How do you do that?
Click
on it.
Click the image, yeah.
Oh, okay. Does it? Do I click on the consume spell slot?
Yeah, you'll consume a spell slot. Okay, so... Okay, hold up. Let me go ahead and roll a save. She will fail her save. And she now has disadvantage. Alright, she now has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. And she cannot cast any spells.
Yay! Go,
Okay.
Terrence.
By the way, what's the flavor for Ego Whip?
So
what does the name mean?
Okay, so I will describe it as this. So Terrence, you kind of what instrument do you primarily use when you cast spells again?
Shit. I think it's the lute mostly.
So you start strumming on the lute, and you weave this beautiful theme, and then as you pluck the final string, you bring your hand away, summoning this whip, and you lash it out at Evelyn, and she tries to dodge out of the way. However, she cannot, and you see for a brief moment her eyes glaze wide over before she shakes her head, clearing her vision, but you can clearly tell that she has been affected by this spell.
Okay. So I have another action.
Well, you cast a spell, so there goes your action. Would you like to do anything as a bonus action?
What are bonus actions again?
You have your Bardic Inspiration, which you can use to give yourself or Tate, I believe, a D10 at this point for your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Sure, let's give Tate that.
I got a D10.
Mm-hmm.
Thank.
Do I click on it so it gets used?
Yeah, so, alright, so yeah, with that, with that, you now have a D10.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can do, Terrence?
Nope.
Alright. As Deirdre and Evelyn go up, Evelyn motions, and Deirdre proceed. You see Deirdre kind of like start to wave his hands together. I forgot he didn't have a sword, he had a glaive. You see that he stabs the glaive into the ground, and you see him weave his hands together as the spark of electricity starts to weave between his fingertips. I need both of you to roll me a dex save.
All right.
Oh, great.
Hey, you're killing me here, man. Come on now.
You can add a +5 to that thanks to your shield ability, I will say for this.
Boy.
So with a 15... Oh, you succeed, actually.
Thank goodness.
So you will take half damage from this. So he lets out this stream of light, this lightning bolt, which is the first time you've ever seen Deirdre cast a spell, I might add, as he sends out this arc of electricity at you both. And the two of you, and Terrence, you have the good foresight to jump behind Tate as Tate summons a magical shield, and Tate, the electricity breaks on the guard of your shield as it breaks on the guard of your shield as you hold up this magical barrier. And both of you, however, some of it does get through, and both of you take 16 points of lightning damage.
All right.
16 points.
Yeah, 16 points.
Do I have to change that?
Yeah, you can decrease your own health.
Oh, math. Don't make me do it.
I was going to say, I can do it for you if you wish. I can quickly change both of them.
I thought it automatically changes though.
Well, that's because I'm not actually targeting you guys, so that's why.
Okay.
You said 16 points, right?
Yeah, 16.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, with that, Evelyn will nod and say, "Well done." And then we'll go out to attack you, Tate.
All right.
She's going to attack with disadvantage thanks to the Ego Whip, and you have a +5 to your AC for this. So that's a 17 to hit, which will not beat. Well, actually, that will lose against a 27. I'm forgetting that is the top one, not the bottom one. Anyway, yeah. So with a 27 AC, Tate, you are not hit at all by this.
Good.
As you simply deflect her great sword, she's going to swing again.
Too much beef.
And she will miss again. And she will back away as it comes back to you two.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna cast a spell.
What will you cast?
I'm gonna do sleep on Deirdre at a.
So I will warn you before you spend it that Deirdre is an elf, so he cannot be put to sleep magically.
Oh, I forgot this motherfucker is an elf. No, what the fuck would sleep do? Will he just be in trance?
No. Basically, he can't be put to sleep at all, so sleep would have no effect on him.
That's whack, man. I had a whole plan. Okay. Damn. See, this is why I can't be missing these games. I just be forgetting people. Okay, well, fine. That ruins everything. Alright, I'll just attack bitch ass Evelyn with my damn Sunblade again.
Alright, roll to hit, and make sure and remember that you can add a D10 to this attack roll or your next attack roll.
I already do the next one. Alright, Tate, you better fucking hit.
That will
22?
hit. That will hit right on the nose.
Jesus, okay. Doing versatile, so.
Okay. So you hit her, and the radiant seems to do something. You see the brief moment where the radiant just burn into her as she kind of like hisses for a moment, and then she kind of like just shake, and then you see her simply shake her arm for a moment. She says, so that's what that feels like. Interesting. As she will take instead of taking just instead of just taking the 24, she's going to take 27 instead. as the radiant damage has been doubled.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just hit her again.
All right.
Oh, I know that doesn't hit.
Did you make sure to add the D10?
Oh, I forgot the D10. My bad.
You're good.
Thank you for reminding me. Okay,
That
well
will
that hits
indeed
the.
hit. Roll damage, please. Alright, that's even better. Oh, wow, okay.
Oh
So
boy.
that's 10 times 2, plus 2 times 2, plus 10. Okay, that's 34 points of damage this time. You are every bit the warrior they say you are, she says. She says, kind of just shaking off the damage. I am impressed.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna cast shield as my reaction again.
Alright. Terrence, it is your turn.
Okay, so first of all, could I use command on Deirdre?
Yes. Just to be clear, is that a charmed? Is it say anything in there about being charmed? Just to make sure.
Let's see. Wisdom saving throw. It has no effect if the target is undead or doesn't understand your language,
Okay, I just
or
need.
it's directly harmful to it.
Okay, I just need to check to make sure. Then yes, you can. So I was checking to see whether or not he would have advantage on this or not. But he will not because he's not being charmed. So you may indeed cast command on Deirdre.
Okay, but what could I do with that?
So you can tell him. So for example, let me see. Where's command?
It must be something simple, right?
Yeah, it has to. Yeah, basically it has to be.
One word.
Yeah, one word. So you can tell him. So yeah, it gives examples like approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt, or you can tell him, or you could even just tell him to yield to see if that will force him to.
Oh shit, that's interesting. Oh, okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna tell him to yield.
All right, you're gonna cast command.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Second.
And so that is a DC 18. That is a wisdom save. Oh, okay. Okay, so what do you tell him?
Yield.
So for a brief moment, you see. Actually, no. I will say this. You see, Deirdre waver as he kind of like as he was going to grab his glaive, and he freezes, and he starts shaking as basically your command starting to set in for him.
Uh-huh.
Can't give up. Fight for him! You hear him growl as he tries to break free of the command. And Evelyn will.
That probably won't do anything. I'm just doing it to be dramatic.
I will say. Actually, no. He did fail a save, so I will say that he's starting to obey your command. Basically, as he's unable to do unable to do anything currently.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think I can do anything else, right?
Still have your bonus action.
There's some bonus actions here. What are Bardic Inspiration? Oh, wait. Why are there two Bardic Inspirations?
The first one's the main one. That's the one that tells you how it works. The other one's basically telling you, hey, this is a D10.
So they're the same.
Yeah.
Okay. What are those? Mantle of Inspiration. Right. 1 second. When you join as a bonus action, you can expend one use to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. I have no idea what this is.
So basically, the way Mantle of Inspiration works is when you don this appearance, you can choose up to 5 creatures within 60 feet of you, and each one of them gets 5 temporary hit points. Though now it would be at 11 temporary hit points, and they get to move. They get to use the reaction to move. Basically, gives you a little. It gives you an extra buffer for damage.
Okay, so what's Mantle of Majesty?
Mantle of Majesty is basically the command action.
Oh, it's the same as command?
Actually.
Oh shit.
Oh wait, I think this is how you cast command. Actually, I apologize. So you cast the command as a bonus action, and basically. Actually, no, wait. Yeah. So basically, this was basically you doing the command thing.
Oh, that's cool. So I can do like a normal action now.
Yeah.
Can I shoot the elf lady?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Normal, right?
Yep.
With my crossbow.
That will not hit, however, as she brings up her bolt, and you see it barely reach her face before it breaks on the blade.
Damn. Okay, so that's it for me.
Alright. Evelyn's going to make a intelligence saving throw. She will fail, so she still has disadvantage. And when not, you see Deirdre once again shaking, so he can't do anything this turn. So she's going to simply sigh, and then she's going to basically run forward, and she's going to attack the both of you, going for Tate first.
Oh, great.
A 20 will not hit since your AC is a 27. But for Terrence, however, I think a 30 will hit, right?
I'm in danger.
Oh no.
1 second. My AC is 12.
Oh no.
I think
Terrence.
So
shield one, right?
So she will hit you, and then you feel this divine energy rush through her, and she's going to smite you as well. So you will take an extra 5d8 damage.
Oh god.
You take a total of 56 points of damage.
Oh great, that's a pretty round number, not gonna lie. So I have like 60 health now. Oh wait, shit. 60 out of 132. There we go.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom save for me, Chief.
Wait, what?
I mean, not wisdom, but con save. Your concentration's being tested.
Con save?
Yeah.
1 second.
Unfortunately, with an 11, you do not succeed, and as a result, your command over Leonardo has been broken. I mean, not Leonardo, Deirdre has been broken. However, he will not be able to do anything this turn.
Are we sure that like this is correct? Because that's all of the damage I had before.
Oh yes, because basically a concentration check is either DC 10 or half the damage you took. You took 56 points of damage. Well, actually no, hold up. Actually, yeah, that is true. Hold up. DC 36. That's.
I got 56.
Yeah, 56 divided by 2. Sorry, hold up. So that would have been DC 28, but still with an 11 you would have failed. So the DC was higher than it should have been, but even then you did fail in this case.
F.
But that will bring an end to their side's turn, as it is now both of yours turn. Terrence, as your turn comes on, that's when you feel this cold chill in the air. As suddenly, in a roll, and what appears to be Leonardo with a slightly mangled hand appear near the battlefield.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Leonardo yells, "Deirdre, stop!" And Deirdre is like completely shocked. He says, "Leonardo? Really? At this current moment?" Evelyn, you see Evelyn growl. What would you two like to do?
Can we stop? I want to hear what Leonardo has to say.
I was about to say you could indeed try, or you could try and use Leonardo to convince Deirdre through your own actions as well.
Oh, true, because Leonardo was fighting Alden, right?
Yeah, which means that if he's here and he's telling Deirdre to stop, that might mean that Alwyn convinced him to stop.
Right, okay. So yeah, I look at Deirdre and I go, see? Leonardo's here right now. Alden didn't kill him because he's a good person. And so are we.
Or persuasion.
Bruh, I don't know.
I'll let you have advantage on this since Leonardo's with an eye view.
I don't know, man. Okay, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. Bruh.
I will let you roll one more time.
I don't know. I kind of want to see what happens, but also I don't want to kill Deirdre. I'm a good person. Okay, that's not bad.
Okay. Evelyn looks looks between what's going on, and looks between the Deirdre and Leonardo and you all, and then you can tell that her eyes seem to soften somewhat.
Oh, she has feelings.
Damn it. Deirdre, just do it. And Deirdre looks at Leonardo for a moment and she just looks at him pleadingly, and Deirdre says, "I yield." And
Yes.
Evelyn despawns her great sword as the cloak disappears. She simply says, "My army yields as well." And that will end that.
Bless you, Perry. You have saved us. Okay.
I am
cool.
hurting quite bad right now.
And Evelyn looks at you, Tate, and Tanner, and says, "Well, I suppose this will be a harder fight than we anticipated." And that is when Sparrow appears and grabs her before teleporting away.
Ooh, she in trouble.
Actually, he seemed to pull her close protectively, from what you could tell.
Oh.
And
All right.
So that was certainly something.
Deirdre just drops everything and runs over to Leonardo.
Ooh. Oh wait, Leonardo was with him too, right? With that whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's all coming together now.
Wait, with him when he got suspended?
Well, wasn't he there when he because he backed him up right when he killed that guy in prison?
No,
Was that him?
That was a different guy. Leonardo was just his boyfriend that helps him emotionally.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. All right. Here I go. Okay, go ahead.
The two of them, you see, basically Leonardo just looks over Deirdre looks over Leonardo's hand while Leonardo is looking over Deirdre's wounds. Actually, I don't think he took any damage. So no, he's fine. Yeah. And basically, they're just looking each other over, like making sure the other is all right. And Nerul takes
give him mental wounds.
And Nerul kind of takes a deep breath. Made it just in time. He then looks at you two, smiles. Well, I can see that your persuasive skills still win the day.
We had a little help Terrence says, and he like sits down with legs crossed. And kind of relaxes for a moment.
Hesitate. Looks like we're all on schedule for meeting at the Capitol then.
Yeah.
Well, Aldrin wishes to pardon them, but I suppose you might have something to say about that when you see him again.
Pardon who?
Leonardo and Deirdre. He wishes to pardon all of the men from Hanaku defected to Imuyueg's side. For treason, anyway, specifically.
They can be pardoned. They need some. What's that word?
Corrective action.
The disciplinary action.
Yeah.
That they're not getting completely off scot-free. I'm just say that right now, but
All right. Okay. Cool.
the hard the pardon's meant to get the hard feelings aside. So
That's fine. Just yeah, they gonna be in some shit when this is all over.
that'll be a bridge to cross when we get there.
Hero looks at them. Where should I take them? Should I take them back to Leowyn? Let them be watched by the people by Galahad and them.
Yeah, that's fine. Leowyn is probably like what the safest place right now, right?
That's the best idea.
Okay. They can go.
Beneath that fiery dragon exterior, there is a kindness to you, Tate.
I've always been nice, to a degree.
If only I hadn't been too rude to see it back then.
As long as you learn from it and take it with you in the future.
Terrence, you alright there? We'll ask as he looks over at you.
I'll be fine. I just need to take a moment.
You'll have plenty of time to rest by the time you reach the capital, since this was the last major force for you all. Alar, Kaladin, Alu, and myself have one more major battle to fight, most likely against the Tempest King, so if all goes well, we'll meet you there.
Are we not going to take part in that one?
Well, they're on the sea, remember?
Oh.
Yeah, there are 3 different fronts.
Okay.
You guys are the Western Front, Aldwin and Sis were the Eastern, and then Kaladin and the rest of them were all on the Navy.
Okay. We'll see you then.
And will not. And he takes the 2 lovebirds with him, and the shadows consume him as he is teleported away.
Okay. Before that, can I ask Nerul, like, do we have any news on the 6 in front?
He pauses for a moment. From what I recall, Majan is doing quite well, holding down the border. There's been some sickness amongst the Six and army because they're not used to southern weather, but they will pull through, I'm sure.
Have they reached the limb?
What was that, Norm?
Have they reached the limb?
Yes, they reached a limb. They just need
Impressive.
to,
Thank you very much.
They just need to hold the border down while we finish what needs to be done.
I hope they come out of this okay. I hope we all do.
Well, I have faith that you Lions will. He gives a smile. After all, I'm this far. And then he's gone. Later on, when you reconvene at camp to deal with the now surrendered army, Takeshi comes up to you, Tate.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you, looking at you. I'm sure in another life you would have been a fine knight. He kind of nudges you.
I don't know about all that, but I appreciate your words.
At the very least, you saved the kid. Even if you had to knock him around, even if you almost had to knock him around a little bit.
I tried, but if it wasn't for Leonardo, I don't think I would have gotten through to him.
Well, you could have just knocked him out and then just dragged him in chains back to the camp.
Believe me, that was my first thought.
Well, those little pointy-eared guys can't be put to sleep. Magically, but nothing puts a person to sleep normally by just conk on the head.
Yeah, that is true.
Anyway, I guess we better get ready for the big day, for the big final confrontation. Hopefully, we both get to live through it.
We will. I mean, you'll be there, right?
I'm always there. He says, kind of like giving a bit of a grin.
That we won't lose.
I guess would you like to talk to Terrence at all, or?
Yeah, sure.
So, Ragus, you watch as Terrence returns from that duel, bloodied because he's below half health. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you bloodied and slightly battered as he basically took a smite to the face. But he's not dead at the very least, Ragus.
Well. Ha! How was the battle?
Well, I'm kind of surprised by how few times I've been smacked in the face at this point.
Yes, that's why I'm kind of laughing a bit. It's weird.
Shut up.
Just well, how?
I'll be
Wait.
fine. I'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Do you need anything? A trinket, perhaps? I would say a health potion, but I feel like out of anyone out here, I'm probably the worst person to ask that from.
I do also feel that somehow.
Somehow.
We have a camp, right? Or
Yeah.
are we already there?
Yeah, you guys have returned to camp.
Does Terrence and Ragus have like a tent together or something?
Do you?
I don't know. Fucking sure, why not?
Sure, why
I'm just
not?
gonna go back to the tent.
Alright. Actually, that's what my knife fit, actually. Let's just see if it's later.
I'll hop up on my small bed. Cot, if you will.
Small.
We are small, after all.
Indeed, we are. Terrence is just gonna try to get some sleep after this.
What doth come after this, Mr. Terrence?
I don't know. Do you know?
But the battle plans, I think the capital is next.
Yeah, but I mean, after that.
Well, if we are following the strategist's plan, the war should be over.
Ship.
And what are you gonna do after all this is over?
I don't see why anyone would need me down here. So I'll probably go back up.
I see.
Unless, of
I
course,
am.
someone does need me down here.
Maybe he does.
Who?
I don't know.
You said maybe he does, and I'm like, what do you mean by he?
Yeah, Terrence replies, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? You sure? You?
I've just kind of thought about it, and I'm not sure what I want to do after all this is over. If if everything goes our way.
Well, you have a strong business back home, do you not?
Well, yes, but I haven't been running it for a long time.
You haven't?
I mean, it's been this whole deal has been going on for quite a bit.
Well, I'm pretty sure a war that spans the whole continent takes precedence over a meager business establishment.
Yes,
Unless, of course,
that's exactly what I was saying.
he looks outside and pulls down a little window tent, and you can see that he has brought a portable shop with him. Someone else is selling some goods. And then he pulls the window back up.
Cute.
You make a little profit on the side.
You
Miss
never
Bis-
change, do you?
Mixed business with pleasure, I'd always say.
I think I'm going to visit my hometown again.
Your hometown. Where was that again?
Shit, where was that?
Where would you like it to be at this point?
Pretty sure, I met you in Acria.
You mean Takira?
Takira.
This continent, I
Yeah,
mean.
in Takira.
I wanna say it's pretty close to like Leowyn.
Okay, it works. It's just a little village that's out the way.
I'm pretty sure you will.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure, we talked about this before, and I felt like he was in Dits, but. Or formerly Dits. I don't like that. Sorry.
Oh, did
No. I said I don't like that because the giant wasp just started flying around this room.
bruh, what the fuck was?
It's like winter. They're supposed to be gone. Yeah, no. So you say that that's where your living residence is, huh?
Where I was living, but I left them.
And what waits for you there? If I recall correctly, there was nothing.
Well, maybe I just want to see my parents again. That's
I'd like to
probably in
meet your
character.
parents too. I had no idea that you had parents, actually. Parents. Sounds like a nice ring to it.
Yeah, You'd have thought that I sprung out of the ground, huh?
Well, I did. I don't see no reason why you wouldn't.
Okay, well. Anyway, this is future talk. For now, we just gather our strengths and see what lies ahead.
Amazing show. Brilliant show. Display of work there.
Yeah, I guess I've been working on that for a little bit.
Keep that up.
Will do.
He'll start getting ready for bed. Yeah.
And I will actually start getting ready for bed.
Like RL.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Night,
Thanks, Norm. You're amazing in this game as always.
night,
Good
Norm.
night, Noah.
Next time
Norm.
you see him, well, that'll be the final fight, most likely.
I Norm.
Ooh, night, Norm.
Good night.
See you guys. Love you. Have fun.
See ya.
Oh, you too. Bye.
Bye.
So with that, we move on to the third and final battle before the capital. Alum. Kaladin.
Hello.
The two of you have been sailing for some time now, smashing the Imuyueg fleets once again. But a third battle waits before you, and a storm gathers, heralding the arrival of the Tempest King. Alar and his brother Adron both stand on top of the deck with the Queen, both looking to the horizon. All three of them looking to the horizon.
I was gonna say something that I forgot.
What were you gonna say?
Standing there like they're the main characters.
No, just notable NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you join them?
Yeah, Cal will join him. Look at the oncoming storm that will be the battle, and also probably an actual storm.
Do you ever wonder what it'll be like once we defeat Imuyueg and Sparrow?
Am I being asked that?
Yeah. The queen will ask you.
This is my first time speaking with the queen, now that I think about it.
Technically yes, because I don't think you were there when they spoke to her after you guys found out Sparrow's plans. Oh no, you were there. You just didn't. It was just more generalized talking.
Yeah. What do I think is gonna happen after we beat Imuyueg?
Yeah, and Sparrow.
Oh, guess Imuyueg is Tempest King's domain, right?
Imuyueg is Elwyn's domain. Tempest King has the Tempest Empire
Yeah,
over on
Tempest Hour. Well, I guess that depends on if the Tempest Empire will lay down their arms or not. And then there's the matter of up north, the inevitable long night.
Indeed.
Little end for us. Some breaks here and there, but the fight goes on.
The fight does, but maybe not Hanak. Or maybe not in its current form.
Cal eyes her. What are you thinking?
She takes a few steps forward, kind of like pulling off her crown and looking down at it. Perhaps there's no need for a monarchy anymore. Maybe the lords themselves can rule. Maybe they don't need a unifying figure anymore.
I guess these events are chaotic enough where you can make vast changes. I doubt there will be any other opportunities other than to enact this change other than, well, long night. So it'd probably be best right now.
Hasn't that already been happening under my nose all these years? Yeah, I guess she looks at you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
After all, the different lords of Hanak have gone quite independent, haven't they?
Guess they have. But no, I'm not a lord. I'm not Aldwin. I just work here.
You might be a convincing liar, Kaladin, but I am a queen after all.
Damn it, I'm not level 17 rogue.
Don't worry about it. I don't judge you for the actions that you or others have thought about or taken. It's only natural, as I've stayed confined in the capital. That is a question for another time, I suppose. A question for after this war is done.
Which will be sooner rather than later from the looks of it.
Alar nods. Yes. Though I wonder what shape this world will take with the fall of one of the last great kingdoms of the Warring States period. And as
maybe it'll be rebuilt into something better.
Potentially. And as you two say that, that's when you begin to notice that there's been no fleet activity from the opposite end, and that's when you guys start coming across destroyed remnants of ships. Adron kind of looks over the edge. These are Imuyuegian colors.
How were these ships destroyed? Is it like fire, or was it brute force, or?
You can see sparks of electricity in the water.
Alright, it's the Mr. Tempest King.
He finally made his intent known, Alar said, with a bit of a smirk on his face.
And that would be?
He was never going to do this for Sparrow. He only did this to get a shot at me.
That sounds like him.
Humans. Always a tenacious bunch.
Indeed.
And as you guys keep sailing, that's when you see more and more destroyed ships just all over the waves.
Well, at least he destroyed the enemy fleet for us.
But where could he be? Alar asks as he looks upon the waves, as a fog rolls in.
Look at the skies. Anything?
Nothing. Maybe he sank with them. That is not likely for Orion, I think.
That is a funny joke. Quite funny.
But perhaps he... Roll me a deck save.
Oh shit. Oh no. Deck save. I see... Alright, yeah, sure, rest. Okay, it's not that I have advantage, but... It is a deck save nonetheless. Alright.
So with an 18, I will say that you are barely able to succeed this, as a bolt, as this arrow that is charmed with lightning comes flying from the edge of the ship. You dodge it, Kaladin, as it basically destroys your collar. And you do you look to where it came from?
I look back towards me. Yes, of course I see where it came from.
You look straight ahead and you see for a brief moment a silhouette in the fog.
I don't get paid enough for this.
And then with a crack of thunder, it is gone.
Yep, definitely don't get paid enough for this.
And that's when you hear a cough from behind you.
I will. His hands on the grip of the mortal blade, and the other on the flame tongue looks behind him.
You see the arrow, this black, glassy arrow, is embedded in Adron, Alar's brother.
Oh shit!
And you see him basically collapse in his brother and his niece's arms.
Medic, right now! I will scream out, foreman or any other crewmate while he sees what he can do.
You try
like
to do you pull the arrow
out? And make an insight check to see if that'll make anything better or worse.
Roll medicine.
Damn it! All right, medicine.
You can't make heads or tails right now. Heads or tails of whether or not this might help or not. You think maybe it might hurt a bit more, but well, I guess I'll roll medicine for you, Illum.
What you got for us, Illum?
Let's see what he's got. He's got a -2 in his med. He got a 17 with a -2, so okay.
I'll take it.
So you try to bandage him up as best you can. However, that's when you realize that even as you fix up his wounds, this is something else. And you realize that it's because of the arrow.
And what effect would that be?
Roll investigation for me.
Investigation. Oh, 27.
That arrow is made from a Vilseer, a metal that has a specific quality to it that makes every elf fear it.
If I had to take a guess, it probably prevents, reincarnation, destroys the soul.
It permanently binds an elf to the afterlife when they die, yes.
Yeah, okay. This is not good.
And Adron just claps onto his brother and niece's arms as he keeps bleeding.
Shit.
It's alright. You don't know Illum, but
might as well try some lay on hands or something, anything.
You burn as many healing spells as you can on him, but the wound does seem mortal. Well, you always did say that I wasn't meant for the battlefield. Didn't think it'd happen like this. At the very least, make sure I get a good statue.
Make one out of gold for you.
Alar smiles sadly. You will. And for the love of the All-Mother, please just make sure All this is worth it.
Oh, we will for sure. You have my word on that.
Damn. What's that? Wanted to go out. And Adron Daenerys dies in his family's arms.
This makes Kaladin feel useless. Holy hell. Couldn't do anything.
And that's when Nerul comes in and is shocked at what he sees. What happened?
It came out of nowhere. To the fog. It struck him down. I was barely able to dodge it. It wasn't until after the arrow struck true that I realized what it's made out of.
Visir. I thought it was gone from Acria. And Alar kind of like shuts his brother's eyes for a moment and he says, "There's only one path forward now. You won't,
Time to beat the Tempest Kingdom.
Kaladin.
Yes.
Full sails. We don't stop until we crash upon their shores."
Of course. Forward, man!
Welcome, Whitney.
Hello.
You got some time for next part. Unfortunately, you missed. Thankfully, you guys were able to spare Deirdre and Leonardo. They're alive.
Oh, fuck me. I'm so sorry.
You're alright. What? Hey, you're here for the big part of this.
Okay.
Alar's brother just died.
In his
What?
arms. In his arms.
Oh,
Yep.
shit. Oh,
Permanently.
God.
No less. Permanently.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
As you all near the capital, 503 comes to an end. It is 504 since the fall of the Eternals. Since Spiro failed in his duties as protector of the world. And now he seeks to wipe away everything that you hold dear, everything that you've ever known, for some pitiful example of mercy to give you a nice feast before the demons come. And what is your answer to his offer, of this false peace?
I say fuck you.
My words exactly.
What do you all say to this eternal of hope?
You can shove it up your eternal ass.
Yes.
Tate, Searson, Aldwin, is this what you guys say?
What, those exact words?
Well, what do you say to this offer?
No.
Yeah, no.
Aldwin.
Gotta say no on that offer, dog.
Let me
Yeah,
think
it's
about
gonna
it.
be a
No.
no from me, dog.
And Aldwin, what do you say?
How does he receive the offer?
Well, no, I'm just saying this in general. This is for thematic purposes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would say even for more thematic purposes, at the gates of the capital, some handful of miles away, camped out. However, the offer is gained for the final, hey, do you just want to, kumbaya? From Sparrow does the, hey, do you want to do a final kumbaya thing? Hold hands and just forget this all happened. Alden will just simply take the sheet, or he would just simply throw it into the fire.
With that, the final die has been cast. Daenerys, Severin, Ruse, Lastimosa, Cream, Castigaya,
Cream.
the heroes of the Warring States period. This is where you make your mark upon history. This, the final throbs of a dying empire, as your four armies meet and camp around in front of the capital of Imuyueg. You bring this disgusting dying empire to an end. As Hanak and Imuyueg meet on the field of battle for one final time. As the four armies of Hanak meet at the camp, and you all finally see each other after months of marching, with a couple of members missing.
Come here, baby.
When Alar and his group arrive in Teasral, you can see. Kaladin, how do you look as you arrive?
I guess a little more ragged than he would be. Months at sea. Something he's used to. Some circles under, or some bags under his eyes from long nights.
Alar looks much the same as the two of you walk up to the rest, as all of you walk up to the others. I'm glad to see you all well, Alar says to you all. I'm sure that we've all had a trying few months.
Oh yes, I'm very tired. But I'm also pumped and ready to break bonds.
So the same for the rest of you? He looks amongst the others.
Break bones, slice throats, kick some ass, you name it.
Yeah.
All the things, all the violence.
Yeah, well, we're here to end that, right?
One final push.
I hope that you and the Queen will go and slay Elwyn and end this war once and for all, I hope. And while the rest of us will keep Imuyueg off your back. And I will do what I will keep the Tempest King away while you do what needs to be done. I've known you all for only 4 years, but those are 4 years that I wouldn't trade for anything.
Likewise.
As I bring these walls crashing down. If, he sighs, if something happens, it was an honor to know you all.
And you as well. Thank you for all the assistance that you've given us.
You know,
Whether it be through advice, strategy, or what have you.
I started this 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Even longer when I fell under Sparrow's thrall. And now you get to correct my mistake once and for all. I wish you all the best of luck.
And to you as well.
And I salute him.
Lions, may they hear you roar. And that's when, and Alar takes Circe to the side and has some words for her as well. Mainly speaking to her in Ticlio.
Okay.
He says to you, I have no idea what will happen here, but hopefully I will be able to see you after all of this.
Oh. I've done a little bit of work in the background. It will happen. It's statistically likely.
He takes your hand in his. I don't want to lose what I have here, including you.
You won't.
The fact that you say that with such a surety, definitely finds my spirits.
She'll tilt her head and smile at him. What if we have her back down and lost from our adversity? We're just too good for them.
All right about that.
I'll see you on the other side, my dear.
Yes. See you on the other side. And he gives you a peck on the lips before he's forced to pull away. And come the next day, Alar does exactly as he... Huh?
No, continue.
Actually, do you guys want to do any last minute, like, role plays with each other before we get into, like, the meat of the final battle, actually?
I kinda do.
Go right ahead.
With my hubby.
What are we doing?
Whitney wants to, like, pull you aside before we get to the battle.
Okay.
So... It's kind of like in private. This is like the day before the battle, right? Or something?
Yep.
Okay. So it's like kind of nighttime, and she has been kind of had this on her mind all day. You could probably tell it was itching at her. And she's like, Tit,
Yeah.
I've been thinking, and if we... She's kind of like twiddling with her fingers.
Mhm.
I don't know, I'm so bashful about this. We've been married for a long while. But, if... When we get out of this, I want to start trying to start a family. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, Tate's eyes go a little wide, like, really?
I don't know if we'd be able to do that, what with you being more humanoid than me. Not so much. But either way, adoption or whatever happens, I want to try.
You kind of like hold your hand um before saying, well, while squeezing them. He's like, you know what? Yeah, let's try. I really want to start a family with you too.
I love you so much, dude.
I love you too.
And he hugs you. She hugs you around like the neck and kisses you, and if we have a girl, we can name it after your mother. What do we say?
Oh yeah, my mother would love that.
Yes. And I'll be sure to use all the gifts that you've given me in battle tomorrow.
And as long as you're by my side, I know we'll win.
The same. Yes. That is also how I feel. We are the most badass couple on that battlefield.
Yeah, we've been better than Circe and Alar.
But don't tell her you said that.
Oh yeah, no, I
Damn,
won't.
you gotta call me out like that.
I mean, they're cute, but we're
We're cuter.
we're cute.
Honestly, it's gotta go to Leonardo and Aldwin now.
You mean Deirdre?
Did
Wait,
you?
what? Wait, what?
You did Leonardo? What?
Yeah, they're like
No.
boyfriends, right?
Yeah, they are.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
I've said this several times.
I mean, I remember. It's
Hey,
just
look, I realized.
Look, man.
I got it. Yeah.
Every time I think of Leonardo, I just think of the Leonardo from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh my goodness.
Leonardo.
The old man with the
You
broom
fool.
stash.
No,
I know. I'm sorry.
that.
I can't help it.
um.
Anyway, yeah, but we're good.
All right. Let me think here. Anyone else have one that they like to do?
I want to gauge how well everyone did on their fronts.
From what you can tell, everyone came about with minimal scarring. From what you can tell.
Look at that. It's very successful offensives on all ends. Lovely.
Hmm.
And what is our game plan? What is our plan for this final attack?
From what you can tell, Alar and the dragons are gonna bring the walls crumbling down, and then you guys basically charge in and conquer the city.
That sounds easy enough.
Well,
Are you sure they have no traps or anything like that?
if they do, then the others will clear the way for you.
Under a veil of dragonfire, we shall go straight for the palace, or wherever Spiro is held.
The queen would like to speak to you, actually, Aldwin.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Aldwin, you've served loyally for these past 4 years. I'd like to ask you something.
He'll look up from the general battle plans he's been reviewing. He'll look over at her. If you're wondering if I performed any dissentous acts against you, I would have resigned and have melted away into somewhere else.
Thank you, but that is not what I wish to talk to you about. I wish to speak to you about the future of Hanak.
He'll shift the weight on his feet and look at her.
Would you mind if we go for a walk?
Sure. Let me, he'll, just let me get my bow and, sword, scimitar. If we're by ourselves, I will need to protect you.
She nods. The two of you go for a walk along the coastline. Look at all those lords all united under one banner to face off against Imuyueg. But not under my banner.
It's under the banner of Hanak.
But what is Hanak? Is it me? Is it the crown? Or is it something else?
I could take a stab at answering that, though I am no philosopher. I will say to try to be funny.
Please, let me hear your thoughts. It has been long since I've been able to talk to a subject of mine that has told me what they actually feel on the matter.
Well, if you allow me to have a broken filter, then so be it then. By textbook definitions, Hanak is a cluster of provinces ruled over by an equally numerous cluster of lords who is under a central leadership.
But if that leadership were to go, do you think those lords would need her? Or need the crown any longer?
Speaking for myself, I know I act in the best interest of my people. You have seen the plans I've drawn up for the defense of Leowyn and for continued growth economically and militarily if need be. But, to be honest with you, it probably wouldn't be much of a change. You probably know how independent I am, and how independent my friends are, of even me.
Gren is much the same, as are these other lords.
In some ways, I think it hurts us to be pulling in so many different directions, but I think it helped us more.
She takes off her crown. Perhaps that is the strength of Hanak. The fact that even if one person falls, even if one leader falls, still be fine nonetheless. And years held up in the capital in siege, beating back our enemies, and the rest of Hanak grew without me.
You want to advocate your throne?
I will rid Hanak of the throne. There will be no more of one central ruler, no more king, no more queen. Just a land of not lords, but princes and princesses to rule over themselves. Principality united behind a council of lords, united behind a council that will do what they wish for their people, not wait for the words of one ruler so disconnected from her people.
My queen? Or your majesty? Do not put yourself down so much. Yes, you might be very disconnected from everyone else around you. But if it weren't for your efforts, the capital would be not in Enochian hands. That itself would be a major issue.
Perhaps. But that can come later, I suppose, after Imuyueg is dealt with. Rest well, old one. Tomorrow, a red sun shall rise over Takira. We shall decide the fate of our homeland once and for all.
We will. But this just... I'll say this, but everything that's gone down is a showcase of, even if somehow this all were to fail and doom were to be brought down upon everyone, the history books will show what we did today, regardless of the outcome. Real quick.
Hmm?
From my understanding, the Imuyueg king, now king, the usurper, what would you like done to him
There's only
when we are...
There's only one thing that can be done. See her eyes harden. He must die.
Why do I counter you?
What would you like to say?
Leonardo, my not former but current charge, squire, however you want to put it, or knight now. It was originally an option of just simply fighting in a duel and being done with it. I was able to talk him down. I think the usurper can be saved. If push really comes to shove.
He can? I truly hope so. But if he can't, you do what needs to be done. This is all we can do in the end. You do what's best. She puts the crown back on. Rest well, Aldwin. And then she takes her leave.
Alden will just simply nod and he'll frankly just stand on the beach for a little bit. And she'll head back.
Mm-hmm. Paladin?
Yes?
You, Nerul, and Alum are all seated around a fire. It's just the three of you currently. As all three of you can't sleep as it's getting into the early morning hours as dawn approaches.
Nothing new. This has been like that at sea for the past several months anyways.
The days finally come, Nerul says.
Seems so far off when we first started this war.
Seems so far off when you first walked up to our cottage and I dumped you all outside of the corridors of shadows.
Yeah, that was an experience. Guess I didn't lose my mind back then.
Are you sure you haven't? Who knows, this hole could be a figment of your imagination and you could just be drooling on the forest floor.
I wouldn't be surprised that happened, but one crazy ass dream, gotta say. Indeed it wouldn't.
Only, well, I'm sure Dion's smiling down on us.
Yeah. Yep. From what we've accomplished, I think you'd give us at least a smile.
Make it true. It's up to us to finish what he started.
Indeed.
It's up to us to avenge him, avenge all the fallen.
And that we will make sure of that. Even after battle, those who escape and need punishment or to disappear, I'll make that so.
He stands and pulls out his blade and puts it in the middle. Till our enemies fall.
And we prosper.
Do you take your blade out and cross it with his?
Yes. Join us, Saloon, for this blade crossing. Also, yes, arbiters, seek out the cowards, the traitors.
The three of your blades cross, and they gleam as the first inches of sunrise appear over the horizon. The day has come.
Proceed to set.
As the sun rises, the ground shakes around you. And meteors fall from the sky, shattering the walls of Imuyueg, of Himwell. And as the walls fall, you charge in to cut down the usurper king.
That's one way to make an opening.
Oh, where is that? Did I close it accidentally? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Hold up, give me a second here. Actually, no, I think I can just skip here. So, your group, aided by the friends that you've made over the years, are able to get past the defenses of Imuyueg. You were able to reach the palace, which is currently burning. Inside, you find Elwyn, Steel, and Tyr waiting for you. There's only one path forward now. And maybe there might be more. There's only one way to find out, after all. I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
I'll roll for Lumen Searson. About what I expected. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, let's get started then. First round. Steel is going to march up and he's going to fire an arrow at you, Tate.
Alright, I'm getting ready to go up.
At the nat 20, he will hit.
Okay.
And you take 20 points of piercing damage.
I'm kind of at the away from the computer at the moment. Can someone mind rolling initiative for me?
I already did. Don't worry. You're third to go.
Thanks.
And then I think that's his only. Nope, he gets one more attack, so he's gonna fire at you again. 25. He will also hit.
Ugh.
You will take 17 points of damage this time. And with that, it is now your turn, Tate.
Oh, the game is paused.
Oh, I apologize. There we are.
Oh, why can't I? Okay, where is he?
Steel is over to the far right, Elwyn the Usurper King is in front of you, and Tyr is off to the far left.
Okay. Alu's the bad guy too, right?
No, Elu's on your side, that's the queen.
Oh, she had like the little red thing around her, so I was like, "Oh, is she evil too?"
No, she's
Okay.
on your side. Sorry, let me fix that real quick. So everybody.
Okay. How far am I going? I'll go up here, and then I'm going to cast. Okay. You know what? Why not fireball? Let's go. I'll cast it. How far can that reach?
I believe it's 60 feet for fireball. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm at the radius.
Oh, the radius is a 20-foot radius.
Okay, so I'll probably put it like right around here.
All right. Alright, then roll damage for me, please, so that way it forces them to make a save.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit going on. Hold up. Alright. Now roll damage.
Yep. Alright, they both failed with a 6 and 2 respectively. Elwyn is going to... Actually, I don't think he has any of those. So, nope. Okay, yep, so they're going to take full damage. They both take 30 points of fire damage.
Alright, and then I'm going to cast shield as a reaction.
Alright.
And I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Let me see. Bonus actions. No spells. And... yeah, nothing except for second wind, which will heal you, but...
Yeah, I'll
Balloon
use
can also
that.
heal you.
Are you right? You know what? I'll wait. I'm good.
Okay. With that, we bring it into Pate's turn. And next up is Searson's turn.
I'm so mad. These are like new headphones, and now that's all I'm recording.
Oh,
no.
I wouldn't know what happened on the other side of the mic because my mind has been pudding all day. I'm just...
Oh, I turned you down, Car, don't worry. I turned you down to like 40, so I could barely hear you.
Oh my fucking god, good.
Only the
As long as you
singing
guys
in the
didn't hear,
shower, that was all.
I think I muted him. I think I muted him at some point too.
I'm gonna give you a hug later, okay?
My mic didn't mute again. Cool. Tired of this fucking shit. Okay, so let's see. There's just here Elwyn and
Steel.
Steel. Okay, go after Steel.
Alright, you are currently let me see. You are currently 65 feet away from him.
Okay. Use the Thunderous Roar to have him make a con save.
Alright, let me see.
And attack him with the spear.
Okay, so let me see here. Do you remember the DC against your intelligence?
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna make a con save. He's going to get a 19, which 5 plus 5, 18. He will succeed by 1. And then you will attack him. Then you will attack him with your House of the Spear. A 27 will hit though, and he will take 9 points of piercing damage.
Hogo. Bonus action with a little help.
All right.
So the help action. Is anyone attacking Steel?
Tate just firebolt both him and both Steel and Elwyn. Next up is Kaladin.
Okay, Kaladin, can you attack Steel for me, please?
Okay. I can
So you get the help action, so you get advantage against him.
Alright, hell yeah.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
What could go wrong? bonus action to.
Real quick, I was about to say, before Searson's turn ends and before I go to your Skyrim, two legendary actions get burned, and you watch as Elu and Elwyn smash into each other, their spears scraping across the surface of the throne room. And then in the skies above, you hear the sound of thunder and magic meeting as Alar and Orion clash in the skies above, causing the entire building to shake for a brief moment. And with that, we go to your turn, Kaladin.
All right.
So who are you gonna go for?
As Searson suggested, I'll burn a bonus action to dash.
Actually,
and
Kaladin, as you move, you feel this light step, and suddenly the rest of you watch as raven feathers consume Kaladin, and basically he goes in this arc as if an entity made of feathers, as he lands in front of Steel, having not burned a bonus action, as you have been moved by Nerul's cloak of raven feathers.
Hell yeah! I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. All right. I'll with my Mortal Blade and Flame Tongue out, I'll sneak attack him with the Mortal Blade.
Alright, roll to hit with advantage.
Boy, give me that advantage.
30 will hit.
Woo!
Roll damage.
And damage. And add the sneak attack bonus, which if I recall is 5d6. Oh no, it's 66. Yeah. Wonderful.
Actually, hold up. Hold that, Wilka. I think it might be... Hold up, sneak.
I love that Ember effect so much.
Thank you.
So...
Rogue, sneak attack. I'm sorry, I just want to double check this one because I just want to make sure I'm right on this. No, it's 76.
70? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
87 damage.
Alright. I wish you targeted him. Anyway, he takes 57 points of damage.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to...
You're good.
And, for my bonus action, Flame Tongue Xion.
Roll to hit.
With advantage, or nah?
I think it's just the first attack with advantage.
Is that how help works, or is it just every attack? I get... Or whatever. I'll just attack normally then. Alright. Normal.
23 will hit. Roll damage.
Give me that damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Don't worry, I'll die when he actually attacks me.
Is there anything else I can do this turn?
So my movement wasn't burned, or was it?
Was not burned.
I don't believe I have the mobile feat. Yeah,
you can't disengage as a bonus action.
Use my bonus action to attack.
Oh yeah, wait.
The Flame Tongue.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it's offhand. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, dual wielding.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, that's it for my turn.
Alright, Whitney, it is
Come
your
at
turn.
me, Steel.
Okay, I'm gonna move up here all the way, and I am going to take a nice little Hot Pocket biscuit, do not steal, out of my pack, and I'm gonna throw a fireball at him at the 4th level at Steel.
Be careful with that, because you're gonna be careful where you aim it, so that way you don't hit Kaladin accidentally.
Okay, wait. Yeah, I'll look at the template in a second. Let me just.
Yep.
Forgot to target him. Jeez,
well, it's a radius, so if he's still in the radius, it will target him anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, let me just see if that's what I want to do.
All right.
20-foot sphere. Okay. Gigi, sit down. I can't see. Crap. My sheet's in the way. Hold on. Shit. Oh, crap.
What's up?
That's so big.
Yeah, I'm sure you can aim it the right way. There you go.
There. No! Damn it! I moved to the map. What the hell?
Yeah, move back. Alright, click measure. Ah. I don't.
Crap. Just
Recast. You can recast it, but make sure not to consume the spell slot this time.
dang thing. Much. Fucking. Hold on. Sorry.
You want me to handle it, or?
Could you please? Sorry.
Don't worry about it. Alright, let's get this going. Fireball. There you are. It's at 4th level. And there we are.
Yeah, perfect.
Alright, then roll damage for me, please.
Okay. Did it not do it?
Did you click the damage button?
I did. Hold on. Or maybe it's the wrong one.
Yeah, it should be the second one, not the first one. Well, it's not working?
Well, now it won't let me press it.
I got it, alright.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Alright. Alright, he's gonna fail with a 16, so he takes 30 points of fire damage. Man, this guy's
Fuck
taking
yeah.
a lot of 30s. Alright, anything else I'd like to do?
No one's been hurt, and all I have as a bonus action is mass healing.
I was about to
words.
say, Tate's in there with 155 health.
Out of.
Out of 192.
Yeah, sure. Hold on, let me just. Well, I better untarget him then.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Hold on. Does anyone else need it? Oh yeah, I'll give it to Elu.
Elu's uninjured at this point. Tate's the only one that's really injured.
Oh, okay, so just.
Alright, Tate, you get back 6 points of health. From your loving wife.
Mhm.
And with that, we now move on to Aldwin's turn.
Yay, I get to do something.
Yeah, take a strudel!
What would you like to do? Currently, Steel is near death. Elwyn and Elu are duking out, and Tyr appears to be getting ready to enter the fray himself.
Okay, do I have a clear line? Did I have clear line of sight on? You said Steel's almost down?
Yeah, Steel's almost down over on the right side near Kaladin.
Alright, and Tyr is currently uninjured, so... Let's see what I can do. Do I have extra... No, I don't think I have extra attack, do I?
You do. You do, because you're a rogue ranger with more than 5 levels.
Okay then. Well then, I'm gonna... It's control click for targeting, right?
Alt click.
Alt click, okay. Okay, first shot is gonna be at Tyr. Or I mean Steel, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait a minute. Do I get to do anything? His bonus action.
Hunter's Mark has a free action.
Yep. Let's do Hunter's Mark.
Alright.
And then... What's that for strike?
Oh, really gonna be piling on the damage, huh?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Screw him.
Alright.
Never liked him to begin with.
I never liked you from the beginning of the campaign. I still don't like you now, bitch.
I originally did have a thought of, hey, maybe bring him to the order, but well, clearly he's not. Doesn't have a heart for anything.
He's a mercenary.
So, oh, yeah, that should be 3 spell slots on my sheet, but I'll fix that in a moment.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, so alright, so roll to hit on him, and it's advantage too.
Nope. Yep.
$32 will indeed hit. Alright, and with that, alright, I make sure to add a D8 and I believe a D6 damage.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. This man is barely standing as he takes an arrow close to his jugular.
I thought about splitting my damage, but I'm just gonna
Take down the bastard.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It'll go way faster if I do this.
24 will hit. How do you want to do this?
Honestly, I'm just gonna be nice and just put him down quick. Arrow straight to the chest.
So, Kaladin, two arrows whizzed past you after Steel was hit with a fireball from Whitney, and 2 arrows find their way into his neck, into his chest, and you see him as he falls to his knees. No. And he falls down to the ground dead.
Here in the back row.
I didn't care.
You hear from the back row. Never liked him to begin with.
I don't think anybody did.
With that comes Elu, and Elu is going to harden her heart, and she's going to attack Elwyn with a +3 spear. 26 will hit. And he takes 11 points of damage, and then she's gonna hit him. She's gonna hit him 2 more times. That will be a failure. And that will be a miss. And with that, that will end her turn. Next up is Tyr, and Tyr simply looks around the battlefield and just simply sighs. Once again, mortals overstep themselves. And he will teleport in front of you, Aldwin.
Alden is just gonna go from having a confident grin on his face to a big old frown face real fast as he goes for scimitar speed.
So he's going to cast Staggering Smite, and then he's gonna hit you. You should have learned your place. And he's going to attack you. 17 will hit. And you will take... I believe that's... yeah, 46. You will take 39 points of damage, and I'm going to need you to make me a wisdom save.
I'm gonna need to roll concentration as well, and then... You said constitution or wisdom?
Wisdom save.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah.
So your Zephyr Strike is no longer up.
Yep.
And then wisdom save for me, please. That is a success, so you don't have to worry. So you do not have disadvantage on your attack rolls and ability checks. However, he is going to attack you again. That's a nat 20.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Oh, Jimmy
You
Christmas.
take 13 points. Okay. Don't worry. I'm just gonna turn off your thing because since you failed that.
Yeah.
However, he is gonna hit you a third time. And that will also hit, and you will take
Stop it, he's already dead.
16 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
Really?
Aldwin, when he gets nailed with the
Wait a minute, that last one wasn't doubled. I need to fix that real quick. I'm sorry.
yeah, I was about to say, when Alden supposedly gets hit with that critical, he went, "Wait a minute," and checks his math.
Hold up. So let me just re-roll that. 4d10 plus 6. Okay, I'm sorry. 28 points of damage. There we go. Okay, that's better. You're down to 57 points of health, and with that, he's going to teleport back. Actually, going to teleport in front of the throne. Illum, it is your turn.
Yeah, you might want to heal Aldwin. He's looking a little worse for wear. Prop.
All right. What will you heal him with? Lay on hands or something else?
Or a call 13 times. Should I run 150? Wait, no. The math is stupid. 1 second.
Bonus action of turning tides. What? Oh, turn the tide. Okay. You bolster any injured creature. Okay, so that means any injured ones. Okay. So the only injured people are Tate and Aldwin, so that means they get healed. So both of you get back. Both of you get back. I believe that's.
My.
You get back. Okay, 8 points of health. We just add that.
I might want to use some spell slots or something to heal Aldwin, because he's less than half HP. Not exactly a good situation to be in.
Just part of Aldwin's head right now is just flattened by the glaive.
Just physically flattened. Oh wait. Alright. There's this one character from Wolfenstein that you just reminded me of.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Ah, here we are.
So, Illum, what are you going to do with your action? Alright, no, lay on actions is a full action. You already used your bonus. You already used a bonus action to use Channel Divinity Turn the Tide. No, lay on hands is an action, not a bonus action. So do you want to use lay on hands or aid? Okay. How many points are you going to spend?
I call you. Actually, I don't know how many levels of paladin you have.
He has 9 levels.
All that
of
are
paladin.
possible.
Yes, 45. All that's possible. Okay. So that means when you get back 45 points of HP. And I believe that will be your action then, Illum?
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah, Aldwin after the glaive attack was missing a chunk of his head.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright. Alright, done. Is that all?
I believe so.
Alright. And with that, Elwyn, it is now your turn. Okay, it's my turn. And with that, he's going to try and attack Elu. That will miss. That will hit with a critical hit. Well, extra attack doesn't work with spells, Roxy.
Alright.
Yeah, so you were fine.
Still.
Normal, 23. That will also miss. And we're back up at the top of the round with, I believe, yeah, Tate. Then Steel is dead.
Damn, Steel is dead. Y'all quick.
Yep.
Wasn't he an Eternal?
No, Tyr's the Eternal.
Gotcha.
He's the one teleporting around right now like an asshole.
Huh.
All that's left is the Usurper King and Tyr.
Alright, well, I'm going to go behind Elwyn then.
Alright.
And flank.
You now have advantage on attack rolls against him.
And I'm going to use... can I roll insight to see what he's, like, weak to?
I'll say with your passive insight, there's nothing that he's really weak to. He's just a normal he's just a normal person.
He's a normal person. Okay.
Normal action, phrase.
Alright, I'll just use my Sunblade.
Alright.
Oh, what? That misses? Bull.
It's got a bit higher of an AC.
Oh, this is bullshit.
You have advantage, keep that in mind.
Wait, which one?
You have advantage to hit him in general, but I'll say for this one, that one hit, so roll damage. Alright, he takes 25 points of damage, and I'll really let you reroll your purse attack since you didn't do advantage that one.
Okay. That doesn't hit anyway.
Nope, that one does not hit. However, you do deal a nice bit of damage to him as he is definitely injured. Is there anything? Would you like to burn action surge or anything, or?
You know what? Sure, why not? I'll do that.
You burn action surge, and that gives you another action now. What would you like to use with that action?
I'ma hit him again.
Go right ahead. That hits right on the nose, and as you hit him, you knock away his shield.
Nice.
As his shield is now gone, so he takes 22 points of damage, and his shield is sundered. Hold on, give me a second here, let me make sure to apply the damage. Oh god, okay, that hits. Oh, did you make sure to crit? Yeah, I did, okay. And he takes 19 points on that one. Alright. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'll just put shield as a reaction, but that's it.
Alright. Seriously, it is your turn. Steel is dead, Elwyn is badly hurt, and Tyr is currently standing in front of the throne. Far on the other side of the room. Or?
Oh, sorry. Yep, here.
Elwyn?
You said Alwyn is badly hurt?
Yep, he's currently sandwiched between
Do I
Elwyn
have
and
enough
Tate.
movement to get to behind him to flank him from Elu?
I was about to say, Tate is already flanking him.
Tate is already flanking.
I'll turn off the light.
Are there 3 people around Alu?
Nope, only 2.
Okay. Where's Kaladin?
Kaladin is currently standing in front of the dead body of Tyr as he was busy fighting him before Alwyn killed him.
Okay.
However, he is close by. He is within range of Elwyn.
Okay, so Kaladin, you mind if we do a little cooperation here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to move to Elwyn's left side, I guess, right? Whatever.
Yeah, basically one of the sides.
One of the sides. And I'm going to move to his other side. I'm going to take a reaction. I'm going to take a reaction to attack Elwyn the moment you hit that square so I can attack with advantage. I'm going to use my current bonus action to use with a little help to give you advantage on attacking Elwyn. That way we both have advantage when attacking Elwyn.
I was about to say, he's already going to get advantage from flanking, but okay.
Oh yeah, he is going to get advantage from flanking. Is Alden still hurt?
No, he's down to... He's at 110 out of 140.
He just gives you a thumbs up.
All that I hear is advantage for everyone.
Advantage for everyone, right?
Advantage for everyone.
You get advantage, and you get advantage. You know what? With a little help, to give Aldwin advantage. Now the whole party has advantage.
Okay.
Everyone advantage.
So with that... I think, yeah.
So, bonus action with a little help. Reaction, prepare an action to attack Elwyn whenever Kaladin moves up to that spot.
Okay.
I will attack with the spear.
Alright. Kaladin, it is now your turn. Boop. And with that, Searson's going to attack. You hit with a 29.
Yoinky spaloinky.
And you deal 14 points of piercing damage to him.
Did you?
Kaladin, it is your turn.
Roger that.
That hits, roll damage.
Damage indeed. 7d6.
Alright, he takes 48 points. Is barely standing.
Well, let's see how he reacts with this.
Oh.
19 will hit on the nose.
Oh, okay.
That is. So as the two of you stab into his side, basically stab into his shoulder and sides, pinning him in place, Elu charges forward and rams a spear straight through his chest. As the four of you, as Tate, Searson, Kaladin, and Elu, all basically impale him with your weapons. And Whitney. Combat's going to end on your turn, but you see Tyr basically say, he bought us time before he teleports away.
Oh, fuck me.
And with that, he disappears.
Wait, could I... No, nothing, Dad. Sorry. I'm almost... I can't... What? I'm almost... Fuck. Okay. I'm just gonna type this out.
Okay. Roll? Oh, actually, no. I guess you'd make a save. What's your let me see your DC. Your DC is 18. Let's see what he gets. Oh.
Sorry for the noise.
You're good. With the 27, unfortunately, he does succeed and is able to teleport away. And that's where combat ends. And as the four of you unsheath your weapons from Elwyn, he falls to his knees. That's how this is. Well done, Lions. Just Elu kind of like stabs her spear into the ground and kneels before him. Could save you. Could join us.
You know, Sparrow has abandoned you.
No. It just turns out that he looks up with a bit of a smile. Was never going to be the vessel. I was just meant to buy him time. I can die awaiting the new world comes. Did you win? Or did you just fall into his feint? I can live with this. Despite betraying you, my dear. Despite everything I've done, I can live with the mistakes I've made. Sparrow, I hope that you're still on the Imperial Mandate were worth it. That you can build a new world from it. And then he falls to the ground dead.
Well, we need to go to Leowyn like yesterday?
Alu tears her spear out of the ground. He simply says, "Farewell, my love." And then she leaves him, in the burning wreckages of his palace as it comes crumbling down.
Does this mean we have Imuyueg's unconditional surrender?
You might as well at this point. As you guys come out of the palace, you see basically the city of Limwell burning, and countless prisoners being taken, and soldiers surrendering as they realize that their king has fallen.
Well, who's going to be the new king of Imuyueg? Well, we need someone to accept the terms of surrender, really.
Elu simply says, as of this point, Imuyueg no longer exists.
Time to absorb some territory.
Oh my goodness.
Get big! Get big!
We get big.
Oh my goodness.
Big boy.
Big.
Okay. And that's when however, some of you are left uneasy. Are any of you left uneasy after what Elwyn said? Fuck, now you got me doing it.
Oh yeah, no, I want to like I'm gonna grab that surrender and head back to fucking Leowyn. Jesus, he's over there. He's saying some sinister shit.
Alar comes crashing down on the steps of the palace.
Uh-huh.
I think we won then in that case, he says, slightly wounded, pulling arrows out of his shoulder.
How was Orion?
Over.
Orion lands next to him. Oh, the fight was well.
So you just casually agreed to not fight each other.
No. Came to an understanding.
An understanding.
Bro, this guy like fucking murdered Alar's brothers. Like, oh, we came to an understanding.
I guess
Small
they... What was it? That fucking thing in Age of Ultron.
An eye for an eye. He sees your glare at him, Kaladin. He simply says, "An eye for an eye."
How the fuck was that an eye for an eye?
Oh, because he killed my family, I killed his.
What?
Basically, a long time ago, Alar killed Orion's parents. That's why Orion wanted him dead. And now, since he killed his brother, this is basically payback. Whatever. Anyway, continuing.
Okay. Whatever you say, Chief.
Alar doesn't seem happy about it, but he's just accepting it. Besides, I think you'll need me if you're going to be dealing with Sparrow, since I know where he'll run to.
Where will he be heading?
What about the baking corner?
Well, where it all began. Oh, great, Alar says with a sigh. Oh,
Where would that be?
the place where I struck down Alar. Yay!
What?
Yay! Alar says with a sigh on his face.
Yay.
Unfortunately, it's just gonna have to be. Unfortunately, I don't think your army will be able to catch up. So looks like it's just us.
Let's go and stop it before he does something about that.
Nerul and
And
Thren
then
also.
we can have breaks and rest and all that.
Nerul and Thren appear. Don't forget us.
Oh, why would I forget about you?
Right. Alar says, "Well, one final battle." And he casts teleport, and you are all whisked away. And that's where we're going to end this session, as you guys head off to the final battle for Imperial Mandate.